Hey y'all, so this is Future Jason here. I am editing this video and I realized I forgot two very important things to talk about. Number one is the history of Our Lady Guadalupe, and the second is the shrine that I'm visiting. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear a lot of background noise and road noise. I'm at a hotel, I'm at another event, and I was, like I said, just doing this video and I was like, oh, I need to do this real quick. Okay, so the very short, condensed version of this story, I'll leave a link down below of the entire story because there's multiple apparitions to different people and different miracles that happen. But the biggest thing that happened, the one that we all know and love or are very familiar with San Juan Diego in 1531 when Our Lady appeared to him and asked him to go to the bishop and to have a church built in honor of her son. The bishop said, I need a sign. And so Our Lady told San Juan Diego, okay, go up to this hill and you'll have your sign. He sees all these roses and he's like, oh, this is perfect. So he gathers them up in his tilma and he goes to the bishop and says, here you go, bishop. And, lets the roses fall, and he thought that was going to be the sign. What ended up being the miracle was the image of Our Lady was imprinted on his tilma, the piece of cloth that he was wearing. And what's beautiful and amazing and miraculous is that this wasn't drawn or painted, it wasn't burnt in, it was just it's in the very fiber that still can be seen over almost 500 years today in Mexico City. There's a lot of beautiful images in there. One of the biggest, there's like astrology, blah, blah, blah. Again, you can go and read more about all the amazing things of the image itself. But one of the cool things that I really love is she's known as the patroness of Americas, obviously, because she appeared in the Americas. But she's also the patroness of the unborn and of expecting mothers. Because out of all the Marian apparitions that has ever occurred, I'm talking Fatima, I'm talking Lourdes, I'm talking all of them, Our Lady Guadalupe is the only one where she appears pregnant. We know that because she's wearing the black sash around her belly to represent that she's pregnant in the image, which is just very beautiful. The other thing is with the shrine itself, and this was a passion project from Cardinal Burke many years ago. And when he became the bishop and cardinal of the diocese up there, he wanted to build a shrine, in honor of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and you need a lot of help. And thankfully he had not only people financially willing to help, but families that were willing to give the land. They had to find acreage to build the shrine, and there was a family that wanted to give 12 acres of prime real estate in the beautiful hills in La Crosse that you'll see. And took many years, obviously, for the groundbreaking. They built the Welcome Center first, and then the church up above, and that took many years. The shrine's relatively new. It's only been around, I believe, 14 years. Don't quote me on that. I may be off by a little bit, but needless to say, it's still fairly new. But that does not take away any less of its beauty and its sacredness and its holiness, because Christ is there and Our Lady's there. The saints are present, and it's just beautiful. And I hope y'all really enjoy it. And I know I mentioned it in the video a lot, but if you ever have a chance, if you're in South Wisconsin, don't miss out on that beautiful opportunity to go to this shrine. Okay, bye. Hey y'all, good morning. It's day 3 of our family pilgrimage. We are in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and we are heading for the day to be over at the Our Lady Guadalupe shrine. I'm packing up. We just stayed at the hotel, and we are running late. Excuse me. This shrine grounds reminds me of several places. It reminds me of Franciscan University with the outdoor stations and the woods and everything. It also kind of reminds me of Emmitsburg at Mount St. Mary's, seeing some of the statues and outdoor area, and I'll try to leave links to those videos down below. But the thing, it also reminds me of a little bit of European, especially the architecture. But the biggest thing is this journey, this walk. A lot of walking on this path. Now, as you can hear, you can take a golf cart. So if you can't walk it, you're okay. You've got a golf cart that you can take to and from the shrine. But I would highly encourage you, if you're able to make that walk. Why? Well, A, it's only a half a mile. But more importantly, this walk is part of the pilgrimage. You know, since the beginning of pilgrimages, it's about the journey, and it's about you walking physically, because, you know, they didn't have cars back in the day. And so this walk helps us keep us in mind of what we're doing while we're parking our cars. We're leaving the world, visiting a holy site, holy ground, celebrating the Mass, going to confession, all that good stuff. So a couple other just points of interest and information you may need to know. As far as I know, the shrine is open year-round, but obviously be careful maybe around winter time with snow and inclement weather, but especially springtime, summer, even the fall. It's late September here, and it's gorgeous. The places you can visit while you're on the shrine grounds, they do have a cafe, they do have a bookstore, they have a welcome center. You have the church, you have some of the statues I've shown. Just over here, as you've seen, that is for the unborn. And then the stations and the rosary. Now, I would recommend, if you didn't catch, I went in reverse order because I wasn't sure, but best thing to do when you're here is to go to the stations first, walk that, because you will end right at the entrance of the rosary. So just FYI on that. I was like, oh, we'll just do the rosary first because it's the higher up, and we'll work our way down, but they actually, they've thought of that. And then, like I said, with the basilica, or not the basilica, the shrine. It's not a basilica. Maybe someday. But at the shrine, you can, get a tour if you need to. But more importantly, spend time going to Mass and confession there, and venerating the different side altars with the different saints. I think that'll do it. I'm going to go catch up to my kids and my wife, and then we're going to head over to my wife's family's house. She's got extended family in Wisconsin we're going to go visit. And then tomorrow, we're going to go to another holy site for pilgrimage. So, see you then. Bye!